Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Friday email. This Sunday, something that we have been leading up to is finally here. We've been talking a lot about Candlemas and the presentation of Jesus in the temple being this Sunday. It is something that doesn't happen often because it is one of our major feast days that is fixed to a particular date on the calendar. February 2nd is always the presentation of Jesus, but it doesn't always fall on a Sunday. And so we are making sure to pay special homage to this feast day and doing it up by recognizing this feast day at both Sunday services and by doing a special evensong this Sunday. At our evensong this Sunday, we will also be doing what is typically experienced during the presentation of Jesus in the temple, and we will be doing something called Candlemas, which means that we will be starting our evensong service outside in the columbarium with candles around an altar and on an altar, including candles that you bring from your own home, as you've seen in our email and in the bulletin. We're asking you to bring at least 1 or 2 candles from your home so that those may be blessed as well. All of those things will be outside, and we will start by blessing those candles that will be used in the church and in our homes. And then we will say some prayers, and then we will start processing towards the church. It is a very special service, and I'm really excited that we're getting to do that. And again, it doesn't always fall on a Sunday, so we're trying to make sure that we do our due diligence and celebrate it the way that it should be celebrated. So again, we hope that you will bring 1 or 2 candles with you from your home to be blessed. Please don't bring more than that, because you also will have to carry those candles into the church with you, and that can get a little difficult. One of the comments or one of the refrains that is sung and said during our procession from the columbarium into the church is one that I would like for you all to reflect on over the weekend. The refrain, as we will be walking from the columbarium to the church doors, is this: "We have waited on your loving kindness, O Lord, in the midst of your temple." We have waited on your loving kindness, O Lord, in the midst of your temple. What does it look like for us to wait in the midst of God's temple, in the midst of God's creation? What does it look like to wait on that loving kindness from God? We will be saying and singing that refrain over and over again with the choir this week before we start evensong during our procession into the church with our lit candles. And so I would just like for you to think and reflect on that repeated refrain. We have waited on your loving kindness, O Lord, in the midst of your temple. Going through so many of my different books, you all know that I have books and books of different liturgical resources that offer different prayers for different seasons. There are family prayers. There are prayers for even making your own coffee at home. But there is something odd about the fact that I could not find a single prayer for the presentation of Jesus. So that's something else that I am myself wrestling with. Why are there no prayers for this feast day, for this big thing in our church? There are feast days, there are prayers for the Transfiguration. There are prayers for the Ascension. There are prayers for a lot of different things that we recognize as feast days in our church. But in these other resources I have, why nothing for the presentation? That might be something I get into a little bit more on Sunday. We have waited on your loving kindness, O Lord, in the midst of your temple. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you on Sunday morning. Peace.